What do you bring to the table? This is a question that has been with me since I was about 15, when for some reason I attended a seminar on relationships. No idea why I went to that, but I remember this was the one question the speaker asked that really stuck with me. And over the years, I feel like it has actually served me quite well. In this era, so to speak, looking around, we all seem so focused on self-love, self-reliance, self-help, self-promotion, self. There's nothing wrong with focusing on the self, but I have come to wonder if we maybe have lost sight of what love is all about, as we have succeeded as commercializing the day of love, the month of love, and yet we seem so far away from what love might be or what it actually is. Anyways, what do you bring to the table? When the speaker first asked this question, the goal was to get us to think about relationships differently. Instead of thinking what the other person will add to your life, ask what you will add to theirs. Basically, why should they choose you? Be brutally honest with yourself. The reason for this is that love is all about service. And if you're going to serve someone, you don't ask what they will do for you. You ask what you will do for them. Over the years, I began asking that question to myself in different ways. Am I the person that the type of partner I want would actually want, or actually needs? Or am I simply so focused on what I want from them that I miss what they want? See, love is about giving what the receiver wants, not about what you take from the other. What does this have to do with cooking? Simple. It's all about service. Cooking actually teaches a lot of life lessons, but one of the most important is that of service. When you cook for someone, you are serving them, loving them. You're spreading love by cooking and showing your love. And by eating your food, they are receiving and accepting your love. Now, if the food is edible is a whole other question that we try to answer over the course of this channel, but the action, the thought, and preparation that goes into preparing a meal or a dish, and trying to figure out what they will like, what will nourish them, what will bring them joy. In thinking of all that, you must focus on the other person. And so I think cooking teaches us to think of others and how to serve them first. This reminds me of an ancient Chinese story of a rich man who loved seagulls. One day he found an injured seagull, and he went and found the best doctors money could buy to nurse the bird back to health. Once the bird recovered, he was so happy, he decided to throw a party with all the choice foods, fruits, meats, anything he could think of. But the bird would not eat. 3 days later, it died of hunger. You see, the man thought he was loving the bird, but in doing so, he gave it what he thought was best instead of what it needed. And love is the same, right? We have to give what the person needs, not what you think they need. Otherwise, the love or relationship will die. It might not take 3 days, but it will die. Sometimes lust and selfishness are disguised as love. That electric feeling you get when she walks by or when he walks by. Oh, mama. That's not love, unfortunately. You see, I'm convinced that love is a choice. It is a choice to serve the other, to put their needs before your own, and to say, I will do what I can to make sure you have what you need. I will sacrifice for you. I will commit to you. Now, the reason I say love is a choice is because you don't sacrifice. You don't commit without looking, without understanding why you are doing what you are doing. That's why I think love is a choice, and it's this idea of you fall in love, you don't fall in love, you choose to love. You fall in lust, and I'm willing to bet it feels so good. But after the lust, after that initial attraction, if love does not follow, what you may have thought was love will die. With love, you make a choice, and you must make a choice every single day. Be intentional about it. Otherwise, it dies. Sure, there are days that your partner might drive you up a wall, send you running to lock yourself in the bathroom or car, and then those feelings of anger, frustration, contempt, disdain, whatever it is, begin to fester. When that happens, take a moment. Why did you choose to love them? There has to be a reason. You chose for a reason. So take a moment. Reflect on the choice you made, the commitment you made, and why. At the same time, try to think of what can you do for them to show you love them. Then do it. It doesn't have to be some grand gesture. Sometimes a hug will do, or a meal, of course. And if you need some ideas, of course, hit the link in the description. You get some ideas. You see, we have this misconception sometimes that love needs to be this grand gestures of, I don't know, planes riding in the sand, running down the airport, everything we see in the movies. But take a moment to think. True love, the choice to love, is intentional. Which means every day you must wake up and wonder and think and ask and question, what can I do for him, for her today to show my love? Just today. And 24 hours will go by, and a new 24 hours comes, and you ask the same question once again. What can I do for him and for her today? Anyways, for this Valentine's Day and every day after that, focus on what you bring to the table. Love your partner how they would want to be loved, not what you think they want. And if you can cook for them, of course, trust me, do it. It will work wonders. After all, they do say the way to the heart is through the stomach. If you need more ideas, I would actually suggest a book by Gary Chapman called The 5 Languages. Amazing book. Read it. Understand it. And try to do it, and I promise you, you'll see a difference. It will be good. Anyways, what did we make? We made a confit chicken and confit tomatoes. Tossed them in a pasta. Garnished it with parsley. Served it with a garlic yogurt sauce. Also made a salad and tossed it in there with a berry dressing. And finished it all off with a Malva pudding cake, served with ice cream and a strawberry coulis. The Malva pudding is actually a cake from South Africa. It's similar in idea to a tres leches cake, where you soak the sponge cake or the cake while it's still hot in a sauce and you let it set. And what you end up with is a moist, delicious cake. It's best served warm, so I would warm it up before you serve it, but it is amazing. I will be adding the recipe for that in the coming days to my website, so keep an eye out. But anyways, for Valentine's Day, once again, don't ask what they bring to the table. Ask what you bring to the table. Believe me, if you ask what you bring and he or she asks what they bring, you're both going to bring something amazing. Don't focus so much on what the other person brings. Make sure you're bringing your best and putting your best foot forward. And with that, have a happy, wonderful Valentine's Day. And focus on you first.